And number 7, EA charging $360 for a one-winged angel death box. Apex Legends has had microtransactions for a...
So I bought this. I actually bought this one-wing angel death box. I didn't spend $360, fortunately, because I had some Apex coins. That's the currency in the game. I had Apex coins. I also had some other stuff. I think crafting materials that I was able to use. I had different sources of currency within the game that saved me like $100. So yeah, I didn't spend $300, but I'm pretty sure I spend about $200. Yeah, it doesn't really sound that much better when I say it out loud. I spent over $200, probably like $230. Sounds worse the more I talk about it. But I'll say this: I got not just the angel box, but the main thing that I got was the Buster Sword, which is Cloud's OG sword. So I got the Buster Sword as an heirloom that I can use as a melee weapon. And the reason why I was willing to spend that extra money, if you're familiar with Apex, normally when you get an heirloom, that's what they call these items, heirlooms, the items that you can actually walk around with in your hand and use it to attack rather than punching. With the heirloom, normally each legend gets their own specific heirloom, where only that specific legend can use that specific heirloom. But with the Buster Sword, with this event, if you got the heirloom, the Buster Sword, it wouldn't be just one legend that you play with that can use it. All the legends that you have will have access to use it. I don't have heirlooms for every legend in the game. That's a lot of money to get heirlooms for every legend, because the average heirloom is about $160. So I'm like, for 200 and change, because I ain't spent $360, for 200 and change, I'm like, I get an heirloom for the entire roster. They can all use the same heirloom. And I like the Buster Sword because I know where it comes from. There's a story behind it. You know, it's from Final Fantasy. That was my way of convincing myself that this was a worthy item to pick up. If I was going to pick up any item, any heirloom, this was the heirloom. They had an heirloom that came out after it, like called a Cobalt, I think they called it, about a month ago. They launched it. I didn't really like the way it looked. I didn't understand like what it was, and I don't even know like what's the story behind it. Is there lore behind it? If there was some Titanfall lore behind it or something, or give me something. I'm like, what is this random item that they just threw in the game? And I was like, nah, I'm good. So,
one-winged angel death box. Apex Legends has had microtransaction problems for a while now, but they're not getting any better. In fact, they are getting worse. Just recently, there's a crossover event with Final Fantasy VII where they pulled their usual antics, but bumped up the price. Normally, they do this thing where you have to unlock so many cosmetics, usually around 24, and you get access to this mythic rarity item that they've got dangling in front of your face. This thing can be obtained randomly, but it might as well not be in the rotation because the chances of getting it are very close to zero. Yeah. And even then, that's not always the case. Sometimes these mythic items are just gone for good. Normally, if you want to unlock these event heirlooms, it costs around $160, give or take how many crafting materials you have. As somebody who hasn't seriously played Apex in a while, those numbers are pretty ridiculous. It's all digital crap that's effectively worthless. Yet they're still somehow getting away with charging more than $100 for this junk.
Because people are buying it. If you're willing to buy it, they're going to be willing to sell it. And they're going to keep bringing up the price until people just stop buying, or until they realize, all right, the work that we're putting in to create the product, we're not getting back in return to pay the people who put that work in. So, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Apex is my favorite game. It's my favorite game. I'm not even gonna say it's one of my favorite games. It is the game. It is the favorite game. It's my favorite game. I don't like post it like on the channel like that. But, I mean, if I'm not playing some single-player, story-driven game, I'm playing Apex. So that's why I feel, the way I look at it is, if I enjoy myself with it. It's a free-to-play game, technically, right? And the amount of joy that I get out of playing it is like, invest in what you enjoy. That's how I look at it. Invest in what you enjoy. When I go to Six Flags, for example, I spend about at least like $200 as far as Six Flags go, because I get the Flash Pass. I get the pass that allows you to skip lines. Well, not even skip. Like, you don't even have to wait online. There's like an app on your phone from Six Flags. You use the app to save a spot on a ride, and then within like 8 to 10 minutes or so, it's really short. Sometimes it's instant. They'll just let you know, yeah, come right now. You can come and skip the line. There's a whole separate entrance that takes you straight to the front. Why do I do that? Because it saves me a lot of time. I get on a lot more rides. I can get on every ride at least twice, and it'll be like 2:00 and I'm done. I got on every ride at least twice, and I've been there for like 3 hours. You know what I mean? You really enjoy yourself. You can really walk around the park, really enjoy yourself. You can really explore the park, you know, as opposed to going on the regular line and you're basically waiting like 45 minutes per ride. And on the busy days, you could be waiting an hour and a half. So it's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go to Six Flags, spend maybe $50, $60, and get on like 5 rides? Just think about it. Let's say you get there at 10, I don't know what time it opens. Let's say you get there like 11 o'clock in the morning. And let's say you're like, all right, I want to go home by like 6 o'clock. If it's one of those days where the average wait time is like 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes, and then you got to eat, you got to use the bathroom, that's going to take time. That's like an hour eating and taking the bathroom. You have like 5 hours really to do stuff. You're going to get on like 5 rides. Unless you're going to stay there till it's closing. That's 8, 9 o'clock. You really want to be at Six Flags for 10 hours? You know what I mean? I'll spend $200. I can be there for 5 hours, go on every ride twice, eat good and all that, and explore. Like, it just makes sense. So with this game, it's like I'm giving them a tip. Like, hey, let me give you a tip because you are bringing joy to my life. It's like if you're watching your favorite streamer and they're going live and you decide, you don't have to, but you decide you want to donate $5, $10. Shoot, there are streamers that have people donating over $100 in a stream, just saying, hey man, appreciate what you're doing. You bring a lot of value into this space, into my life. I made a lot of improvements on myself thanks to you. You know, people just showing their appreciation, right? I don't think it's any different with the games. You don't have to buy the Heirlooms. You don't have to. If you can afford it, and to you the value makes up for the price to you, and how your pockets are, I mean, that's you saying, hey, thanks, man. Thanks for making my life more enjoyable in this space, in this gaming space. You should support what brings value to your life. I don't see any reason to frown upon that, you know. Now, I'm not gonna say, I'll say this, I hope the prices don't just keep jumping up, but if it keeps going up, I mean, eventually I won't buy. I don't buy everything, but if something really resonates with me, I'll buy it. And some people might say this, oh, well, you're buying virtual goods that do not truly belong to you, because whenever the game service decides to cut ties with the public, as far as like if they discontinue the game, or they decide to make the game no longer available to play, all those in-game items that you spent hundreds of dollars on, you no longer have access to it. I mean, what I say to that is, I mean, I spent over $200 last summer at Six Flags. I went, I enjoyed myself for a couple hours. If I want to go to Six Flags this year, I can't say, hey, I already paid $200 and change last year. Like, no, I can't. That was last year. You know, that's not forever. So the way I'm looking at this is I pay my money to enjoy what they have to offer now, and I'm gonna enjoy it until I can't enjoy it anymore. You know, that simple as that. That's the way it makes sense to me. You know, they call people that spend money on all this stuff, they call them whales. Why? Because they're willing to spend money. Some people will consider it to be a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money to one might not be a lot of money to another. You know, everybody's pockets is different. So that's just how I view it.
The Final Fantasy VII crossover, again, it's worse. Now, if you want to unlock the rarest item, which is the One-Winged Angel Death Box, you got to get 36 total cosmetics, which is going to cost around $360. It's a box with a wing on it. Yeah, for people who play Apex regularly, the cost is more like $290, but that's $290 for a box with a wing on it. One-Winged Angel Death Box. And it somehow even gets worse from here because fans have data mined the game and found a $700 potential heirloom in the game files. So they're just testing the waters with these absurd Final Fantasy VII item pricings. There's no upper limit in microtransaction prices anymore. They're just like that. We assume somebody out there is dumb enough.
Wait, hold on. I gotta see what is this?
$100.
Apex Legends $700 heirloom is a damning indictment of live service greed. Hey Cookie, how you doing? Doing all right? You chilling? You vibing? Yeah. Well, let me finish looking at what I'm looking at. Oh goodness, she wants to be shown on camera, huh? You want to be shown on camera? All right. You want to say hi? What's up? Huh? What's up? Huh? You excited? You excited to see me? Huh? You want to breathe in my face? You want to breathe in my face? I see. But let's see. Apex Legends $700 heirloom. I'm not gonna lie, $700 heirloom. I don't know when that's supposed to come around. I mean, if we're at 360 right now and we're like 4 years into Apex, that might be another 4 years from now, maybe. Hopefully. So start saving up your money now. and what was the other thing it said?
Potential heirloom in the game files. So they're just testing the water.
It says, it seems... Oops, my fault. It says, it seems the leaked universal heirloom. It says universal heirloom. Universal heirloom is an heirloom that can be used by all the legends, like the Buster Sword and like the Cobalt that they just dropped like a month ago. So it seems like they're going to try and throw those out more often because, sure, it's more money, but people like the idea of having something that all their legends can use. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I do like the individual heirlooms that's per legend, but you have to really wait for your legend to get the heirloom. And who knows when that is? You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, what if your favorite legend is like Ballistic? I mean, who knows when Ballistic's going to get his heirloom, you know what I mean? Or Vantage, you know, who knows how long it's gonna take, you know? Like, I didn't buy my first heirloom until my favorite legend got an heirloom, and that took a while. That was like a few years, and that was Loba. When Loba got her heirloom, that was the first time I spent money on an heirloom. That was my first heirloom that I ever spent money on. And then after I bought my first heirloom, that's when I started getting comfortable with buying heirlooms. But once she got her heirloom, I was like, all right, yeah, I gotta get it. This is my favorite character. You know, you feel attached to the character because you play with them so much. You know, you're gonna spend money.
With these absurd Final Fantasy VII item pricings, there's no upper limit in microtransaction prices anymore. They're just like that. We assume somebody out there is dumb enough to pay for them, and somebody is, obviously.
Yo, I feel attacked. Falcon. Listen, man, it's not about dumb enough, man. Man, I spent a lot of money on more dumb stuff. No, I can't say dumb stuff. The stuff that I spent that money on, it was actually like smart investment, but I didn't take advantage of the investment. So it's basically like I wasted my money. Like I remember throwing like $1,200 away on some program that I was gonna work on and learn stuff in order to like just to basically improve myself, like self-improvement, right? But I didn't go that hard into it. You know what I mean? I was messing around with it for like a month, and then I kind of faded off of it. So I never really went anywhere with it. And that was like $1,200, and I just, you know what I mean? I'm not rich, but when I made that decision, $1,200 at that time, it wasn't like if I lost it, it was gonna be life changing. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, if I lose this $1,200, I might not be able to pay my, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like a situation like that. It all depends on what it means to you. I mean, I know I said a lot in this video, but I had a lot to say because I actually am one of these players that play Apex. This Cobalt weapon that Lifeline is playing, she's one of my favorite characters too. And I got her heirloom. She has her own heirloom, which is like these drumsticks. Now, here's the thing. That Cobalt thing that she's holding in her hand, I didn't really care for it. So guess what? I didn't buy it. So you have a choice. The thing is that they're giving us choice. The way I look at it, they're giving us choice. And it's better to have choice and to choose not to buy it than to have no choice at all. Because then if there's no choice at all, then you'll complain about, hey, there isn't any content. How come Valorant is giving us a choice to carry these items that look cool? Sure, this cost is charging a lot of money, but there's a choice. You know, you gotta have choice for the people who are willing to spend. That's business. You gotta have choice for people who are willing to spend, and for the people who are not willing to spend, then I mean, they wasn't gonna spend regardless whether it was choice or not. So it doesn't matter. Does it really matter? If they're saying, hey, you have to get this heirloom in order to play this specific mode, you gotta buy the heirloom in order to be involved in a specific mode in the game, then it's like, all right, you're putting a cash wall. You know what I mean? I can't get through this cash wall to enjoy the game. Then there's a problem. But this is a choice. I don't know. That's just how I think. Let me know if you feel the same way. If you don't feel the same way, that's perfectly fine. Let me know how you feel though. We can talk about this in the comment section. I have no interest in arguing. I just want to hear if you have a way that they can go about this differently. Then sure, I mean, share that in the comments below. But I think this would be interesting to hear how people feel about this, because I mean, yeah, I get it. You might like what you see, but the price might be just double what you're willing to spend or what you can actually afford. And yeah, I can see you could be like, all right, damn, that sucks. I can't buy it because, you know, I got these bills and family to take care of or whatever. Or maybe you're a kid. Maybe you're like 16 years old. You don't even have a job yet. And it's like, damn, it's like $300 damn near to get this. And I don't have a job. And my mom ain't going to understand why I should spend $300 on this. You know, parents ain't going to understand that. So, I mean, so you might be like, damn, I want it, but I can't have it. It's like dangling something in my face and I can't get it, you know? And it's like a tease. Maybe you feel like that. But I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I don't have nothing to say about if you can't afford it. I mean, I don't really know what to say to that. But for the people who can and are willing, that's who it's for. You know? I mean, does it change the way the game is? No, it doesn't change the way you play the game. You know, I don't think you have a longer reach when you're attacking somebody. I don't think it changes. If it gave you like an extra 5 damage, I would see like, all right, this is a problem. But it doesn't change the way the game is played. It's really for you when you're playing to have some eye candy on your screen. And I guess for whoever is running around with you, they can see you running around with it. You know, I don't know. But yeah, let me know in the comment section. I thought this would be an interesting thing to bring up.